What if the most powerful person in the world wasn't a hero, but a complete monster? And what if nobody could stop him? That's exactly why The Boys has become one of the craziest shows out there. And now that we're heading into the final season, things are getting seriously insane. Today we're talking about The Boys' final season. We'll break down where the story is heading, talk about major characters, answer some big questions, and review everything that could happen. And before we start, I want you to answer one thing in the comments. Team Homelander or Team Butcher? All right, let's get into it. So first, let's look at where things currently stand. By the end of the last season, the world had already started changing. Homelander wasn't pretending anymore. Earlier in the show, he cared about his image. He wanted people to love him. He wanted to look like the perfect hero. But now, that version is gone. Now he says what he wants, does what he wants, and honestly, he doesn't seem to care anymore. And the scary part isn't Homelander. The scary part is the people. Remember when he killed someone publicly, and instead of fear, some people actually supported him? That moment felt bigger than most people realized, because The Boys was showing us something important. People will ignore almost anything if the person they follow gives them what they want. Now I want to ask you something. If you lived inside The Boys universe, would you actually support Homelander? Seriously think about it. Because from his fans' perspective, he protects America, he saves people, and he's powerful enough to stop almost any threat. But from another side, he's terrifying. And that's what makes his character so interesting. Now let's talk about Butcher. From episode 1, Butcher had one goal: kill Homelander. That's it. Everything he did, every risk he took, every terrible decision, it all came back to that mission. But things are different now, because Butcher isn't the same person anymore. The temporary V changed him, not just physically, mentally too. Now here's where things get interesting. Sometimes the people trying to destroy monsters slowly become monsters themselves. And honestly, that feels like Butcher's story right now. So here's another question. Who's more dangerous, Homelander or Butcher? One is already a monster. The other might be becoming one. And I think the final season is going to push that idea even further. Now we need to talk about Ryan, because Ryan might secretly be the most important character in the entire show. Think about it. He's caught between two worlds. On one side, there's Homelander, his biological father, powerful, feared, nearly unstoppable. And on the other side, there's Butcher, a man who hates superheroes but still cares about Ryan in his own strange way. Ryan is standing right in the middle, and eventually he'll have to choose. Now imagine this. What if Ryan becomes stronger than Homelander? Or even worse, what if he becomes exactly like him? That possibility honestly feels terrifying. Because if Ryan turns evil too, the game is over, completely over. So tell me in the comments, do you think Ryan becomes a hero or a villain? Now let's move into the review side. One of the biggest reasons The Boys became so popular is because it does superheroes differently. Most superhero stories show heroes saving the world. Good guys, bad guys, simple. But The Boys isn't like that. Nobody feels completely good. Nobody feels completely evil. Everybody is broken. Everybody has flaws. And honestly, that feels more realistic, because power changes people. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. And The Boys shows exactly what happens when people with unlimited power stop facing consequences. Now I know some people thought season 4 felt slower compared to earlier seasons, and honestly, I understand that opinion. Some episodes definitely felt like setup, but maybe that was intentional. Maybe the writers were putting pieces into place before the final explosion. Because final seasons are different. Everything has to come together. Every storyline, every rivalry, every secret, everything. And if they pull it off correctly, this could become one of the greatest TV endings ever. But there's one theory I keep thinking about, and it's honestly crazy. What if Butcher becomes the final villain? Just think about that for a second. We've spent years rooting for him, supporting him, understanding him, and then imagine finding out he became the very thing he hated. That would be wild. Absolutely wild. And honestly, it feels possible, because The Boys has never been afraid to surprise people. Now for the final question. If you had Homelander's powers in real life, would you stay a hero? Or would power eventually change you too? Think carefully, because power doesn't create character. Sometimes it reveals it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like and